This is my 2000 Porsche 986 Boxster.
And this is my MX-5 from 2005 1.8.
And today we're in the Peak District and we're going to find out which is the best option as a budget sports car. Come along for the ride.
Let's go.
So yes, this is my year 2000 Porsche 986 Boxster.
Walking around in an armored crown with no sign of a coronation. Just a tad overcompensating, but it still works. I swear the things that I do just to get closer.
It's a pretty cool car, and some of the backstory around it is that prior to this I had a 1996 Mark I MX-5 of all things. Obviously we're here today comparing this to George's Mark II, and that car was wonderful. It was unbelievably good fun. I had it lowered 25mm all round, and it was a real joy to drive. I hate the cliche of, you know, oh, it drives like a go-kart, but it was pretty close to that on the road for that sort of budget. However, being an MX-5, it succumbed to the rust that seems to get them all. I was in the position of I could have spent quite a lot of money sorting the MX-5 out, getting all the sills and the wheel arches done, or I could cut my losses, sell the MX-5 for a few £100 and put that extra money into something, you know, bit of an upgrade, and go for something like this. And it soon became apparent that you could get a pretty tidy 2.7 986 Boxster for under £5,000. So that's what I went and did. This is my one and only car. I don't have another daily. This is it. I drive this everywhere, hence why I've done 50,000 miles in it in nearly 4 years. And as a daily driver, it's pretty excellent. It gets half decent fuel economy. Not that that's why you buy a car like this, but for instance, I just did a 1,400 mile round trip around France, and it averaged 35 miles to the gallon across the week. So it's pretty damn good. How does it compare to the MX-5?
Thought I gave you a love ever closer to filling you up.
So this is my MX-5. It is a 2005, so it's the NB model, technically the NB2 because it's the later ones, the facelift one. This particular one is a 1.8, and because it's the later models, it's also got variable valve timing, which means it's got a little bit of extra power. And also, this one, the previous owner, had a aftermarket air intake, an aftermarket exhaust, and got a BBR tune on it. So this one has actually been tested at 152 horsepower, which is, yeah, it's nice. It's a little bit extra, which is great, because they're not particularly fast cars, but they are a lot of fun. So the reason I got this car is because I absolutely love my Volvo. You might have seen it in other videos. I've got a XC70, which I really love for long drives and for road trips. It's really practical, all of that kind of stuff, but it is a little bit boring. It's not particularly fun or exciting to drive, and I just really wanted something that wasn't going to break the bank, but that would be something that I would take out just for a drive, something that was fun enough that I could do that. And I feel like a lot of people would probably say that one of the most famous budget sports cars is the MX-5. So I did a bit of research, and I found out that it's a matter of opinion, but quite often the later generation ones, the NC, is known as when they stopped being quite as fun. The NA, it's harder to get ones that aren't rusty, that aren't extortionately expensive, because everyone loves pop-up headlights, which admittedly so do I, but I just figured it probably wasn't worth the extra money. So I went for an NB. I thought that was a nice little compromise, a little bit newer, a little bit easier to find ones cheaper, that weren't completely rusting to the floor.
First impressions of our own cars out the way, we pulled over as I was keen to have a go in the MX-5. First drive in George's MX-5. There we go. Nice. MX-5s are a very specific kind of fun. How do I describe it? Because they're not fast. Let's get that out of the way right now. Like, they're not fast from stock, and you can modify them, but that's a whole different thing. But everything about them just feels so raw, and like you're so close to the outside world in an MX-5. Like, the doors are narrow, and my head is sticking out the roof, and it's glorious. And the gear change, that is wonderful. I love the small steering wheel on these. Again, it just makes you feel slightly more connected to what's happening at the front wheels. They're so direct. It really is quite hard to go wrong with a car like this. It is amazing. I had two Mark 1 MX-5s. I had an early 1.6, and then I had a later 1.8, both Mark 1s, and the DNA is the same in this. It's a little bit more together, and the interior feels much higher quality, to be honest. But on the whole, I have to say, this is a wonderful car, and I'm very happy for my friend George. It's a fun car, that, mate.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. I like it a lot.
It was now George's turn to have a go in the Porsche, but not without initial complications, as he soon found out.
Ooh, funny little starter motor sound.
Yeah. You'll need to turn the key back a tiny bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, a tiny bit more. Yeah, there. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? That is a whole thing.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
I won't ask.
All the electrics work now, though, and where it was before, all the electrics didn't work.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
That's good to know, yeah. Oh, God. Why is the gear stick so big? Ooh, interesting. Okay, the first thing I notice immediately when I start driving it is that the gear stick feels so big and flappy and long compared to the Mazda. Oh God, it's huge. The kind of pullback is massive. That's my first negative point about this car, is that is a very unpleasant gear shift compared to the Mazda. But to be fair, the Mazda is famously one of the nicest gear shifts, so that's kind of understandable, but that is particularly flappy. However, let's give it a little bit of a floor. Whoa. Okay. That is quite considerably faster than the Mazda, which, I'll be honest, is quite pleasant. It doesn't feel quite as... The steering doesn't feel quite as... Oh! Okay. I see what's going on here. You get two different types of fun from these cars, from what I'm getting from this. The fun is in the speed. That put your foot down, throw you into your seat speed is something that the Mazda definitely doesn't give you, and that's something that is incredibly satisfying in this car, and that's what puts the smile on your face. I do like it. This I would say, after a short drive, what I can gather from this is that you get the same smiles per miles as the MX-5, but for a different reason.
I think these two cars are more or less different sides of the same coin. They're both small, relatively lightweight, affordable sports cars. You know, we're so lucky in this country to have these types of cars available to us at affordable prices. It is a very different story in Europe, in America, and they're just fun. The MX-5 is fun in its, lightweight, unfiltered, raw experience. The Porsche is fun also in that way, maybe not quite as raw as the MX-5 is, but it's still fun. You get incredible steering feel. It's fast. You drop it down a gear and you get a little fruity little burble out the back. It's great fun. They are all great fun. These cars are to be enjoyed, and I think if you can, then you should. It will make your life, it will make you happier. A car like this will make you a happier person.
If you've enjoyed this video, please drop us a like, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.